So, today I'm going to talk to you about a new understanding of productivity that I have, and maybe it can help you out as far as learning how to be more productive and getting more out of your day. So, before we begin, I actually just opened up a new community where you can learn a little bit more about spending your free time purposefully and learning a little bit more about how you can get more out of your day. So, what I learned is that being productive doesn't just mean doing something. Like, just because I'm doing an action right now and doing a task, that doesn't mean it's productive. And that was a big, like, mindset shift that I've recently had. So, like, I always thought that just purely doing something was being productive. Like, if I took out the trash or if I cleaned my room, that's being productive, right? Because I was doing something and I did a task. But what I'm starting to learn is that it depends on what the task is. Like this new definition of productivity that I've learned is that being productive is means that the task that you're doing is moving you closer to your goal. So if your goal is to grow a business, or if your like long-term goal is to make a bunch of money, then is cleaning your room, like logically, is cleaning your room moving you closer to making a bunch of money? Not really. So, and same thing, like if your goal is to get promoted in a job, is taking out the trash, is going on a walk, are those things like logically moving you closer to getting promoted in a job? No. So that's my new understanding of productivity is if the task that you're doing is moving you closer to your long-term goal. And now every time I'm in a situation where it's like, am I being productive? The the question that I'm not asking is, am I doing something? The question that I'm asking is this task that I'm doing moving me closer to my long-term goal? So how can you actually like apply this in your life? Well, the first thing that you need to do is have a long-term goal. So if you don't have a long-term goal, like 10 years down the road, then like you aren't being productive because you're doing actions and you're doing tasks, but you don't know if they're moving you closer to that long-term goal. Like if you don't have a clear vision of where you want to go, then there's no way you can be productive with this new definition that I've learned. So that would be the first thing is knowing where you want to go. And it should be long term, like 10 years. So that that could be a big reason that you might feel like, man, I'm wasting my time, or I'm like not really getting anything done today, and like I'm losing a lot of time, and I feel like I'm not going anywhere. Well, if you have these feelings and you don't even know where you're going, then of course you feel like you're going in a lot of different directions. So that's the first thing is setting a long-term goal. So the way that I did it is I honestly just like set a number, like an amount of money that I want to make in 10 years. And then I've kind of just worked my way backwards. So I kind of reverse engineered that. How much money do I want to make in 5 years? How much money do I want to make in, and it's not even how much do I want to make, it's how much money do I have to make in 5 years that will ensure that I'm on path to hitting that number in 10 years? And then how do I get to that number in 5 years? I have to make this much money in 3 years. And how do I make that much money in 3 years? What inputs do I have to do to get to that amount? What vehicle am I in? Am I working a job to get there? Or am I starting a business to get there? So, like, once you set the goal, it becomes way more clear of whether you're being productive or not. And you can you can basically measure every task that you're doing and like against the question of, is this task moving me to my long-term goal or not? So for me, is recording a YouTube video right now, is it moving me towards my long-term goal? I would say yes. And that's what we should be spending pretty much all of our time and energy. If our goal is to like be more productive, all of our time and energy should be spent on the things like the activities and tasks that are going to move us closer to our long-term goal. So, yeah, just a quick video on this, and hopefully this makes sense of like maybe a new mindset that you can take on. So, and it can make it more clear on whether you're being productive or not. You always want to ask the question, is it moving me towards my long-term goal or not? So, first thing is to make a long-term goal and then always have that like visualization in mind throughout your day. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say today. And yeah, again, you could check out the link in the description. And I appreciate you watching. Thank you.